Hey everyone, Sean here, and I'll be talking about today's Champions League game between Arsenal and Real, taking place in about an hour's time. The lineups are in, and Arsenal have the expected back four of Timber, Saliba, Kivio, Lewis Kelly. In goal, we have David Raya. And in midfield three, expectedly, it's Odegaard, Partey, and Rice. And in front, it's Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Merino in the middle. Honestly, considering injuries and form and everything, this is the best Arsenal could do. Maybe in the second half, we can see people like Waneri coming in, Trossard coming in, maybe Ben White and Zinchenko. I don't know, for some reason, Raheem Sterling is not here. I think because he has a yellow. And of course, Gabriel Jesus is still out. Kai Havertz is out for the season. And obviously in the center of defense, Gabriel, a key missing player for us now, would not be playing. And of course for Real Madrid, Courtois is coming back in after the weekend loss to Valencia. And of course across the back we have David Alaba, Rudiger, Asensio, and Valverde. Valverde is a player I really like, I really admire. I think he's very versatile. He's very strong, very skillful, has a main shot, always working hard. And because he's a utility player of some sort, he can play an attack in midfield, across anywhere in the midfield, and he's playing a right back today. And across the middle, we have Jude Bellingham, one of the most informed players for the team, Rodrigo on the right, and in center of the midfield, we have Kamavinga, and the never getting old Benjamin Button, Luka Modric. And of course, in front, a double-pronged attack of Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe. Well, look, both teams have not been in great form going into this game. Arsenal drew with Everton in a very tepid game. Game could have gone on for a while and it would have been very difficult for either side to win. And Real Madrid losing to Valencia's first victory at the Bernabeu in over a decade. Both seem to be struggling, but I always tell people the Champions League is Real Madrid's domestic league. They could be in bad form, they could play on one leg, they could be missing key players. But once they hear the national anthem for the Champions League, they just come alive. We've seen them go down against Chelsea, dead and buried, and they come back. We've seen them against Man City dominating with almost 80% of possession. Real Madrid found a way to win. We've seen them play against Atletico, and Atletico seem to be getting better of them. Goes to penalties, they win again. They just know how to play this competition. I don't know. They don't win 15 Champions Leagues by mistake, right? And Arsenal has a big fat zero. So, in as much as it's a game of two halves, it's a 90-minute game, and anything can happen in football. You don't think this is one of those games where anything can happen, honestly, because when you play Madrid in the Champions League, you're not just playing Madrid, you're playing the pedigree, you're playing the history. You're looking at the jersey, you're seeing the 15 Champions Leagues on your jersey, you're looking at yours, you're seeing the big fat zero. You look at Kylian Mbappe is running towards you. Sometimes you think it's Ronaldo. You're looking at Vinicius. Sometimes you think it's Raul Gonzalez running at you. You're looking at Luka Modric and you might see an image of Zidane flashing across your face. You're playing against the history. You're playing Alfredo Di Stefano. You're playing against Guti. You're playing against Roberto Carlos. You're playing against the energy, the history, the whole ecosystem of Real Madrid. So it's beyond just those 11 players that are going to be on the pitch. These are the things that want to remind the players playing against Madrid. It's the fear, it's the psychology, it's the know-how, it's the technical know-how. You have World Cup winners, you have former Champions League winners. It's a tall order. So Arsenal have their work cut out today. I wish them luck, but honestly, I see this going Madrid's way. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be cagey. There will be drama, but I think this game is going to end 2-1 in favor of Los Blancos. See you in the next game. Subscribe and follow. Ciao.